Alright, so we are doing chapter 20 of the Uddhava Gita. This is verse 3 onwards. We had completed till verse 2. Krishna was describing to Uddhava the gunas and the qualities that come along with the gunas. So every human being has three qualities, that is sattva, rajas and tamas. So when we ended last, we had done the sattva guna. Sattva guna was all about control of mind and senses, fortitude, discrimination, devotion to duty, truthfulness, compassion, circumspection, contentment, generosity, dispassion, faith, shame, charity, the like, and taking pleasure in the self. This is what was the Sattva guna's qualities. Now, we are going to move to verse 3, which will describe to us the qualities of the Rajoguna. We are doing Uddhava Gita, chapter 20, verse 3. Desire, activity, pride, covetousness, haughtiness, praying for comfort, seeing of differences, sense pleasure, militant disposition due to pride, love of fame, making fun, display of powers, and aggressive enterprise. These are the rajas, the gunas connected to rajas. The first one is called desire. Their desires are too many. There isn't, again, like I said last time, there isn't a single person who doesn't have those, sattva guna in them. Now we come to the rajoguna. Now in the rajoguna, think about the desires. Every human being has a desire. The desire could be just to be alive. Just the thought that I want to be alive. I don't want to die. That is a desire. If there is a desire of even seeing something, like say for example, I want to see God, that is also a desire of a kind. Any kind of desire it can be. You may think that, why should I desire to see God? Shouldn't I? Isn't it important? Isn't that why I am doing spiritual? Well, let me correct you over here. Spirituality has little to do with desire to see God. No. The idea that I want to see God comes from the realm of Maya. And Maya is the one who creates images, illusions. So even that desire is in the realm of Maya. I hope you got the answer. Spiritual study doesn't help you to see God. Think about this. If you are under the impression that, oh, I am doing spiritual studies, I am doing meditation, I do this, I do that, and yes, I got to see some God. I saw Shiva, I saw Vishnu, I saw Ganesha. What are you talking about? All these gods are in the realm of Maya, the Prakriti. And it is an illusion. If you have to see God, then there is something desperately wrong. Because it's an illusion. I hope you understand this. Illusion comes under the realm of Prakriti. It will come under that. She creates, in the role of a Maya, she creates these gods and goddesses and all kinds of creatures, including you. So the desire also is terrible. The desire to eat, the desire to live, the desire to have children, the desire to get married, the desire for living a life which is free from all encumbrances. You see, there are lots of people in this world who think that I want to have a life where I don't have to bother about anything. See, this is a very unique kind of a phenomena where people think that my desire is not to have any encumbrances of any kind. What are the encumbrances that we are talking about? We are talking about, let us say, you are looking after your parents, you are looking after your children, your spouse, you are doing some work in the society, maybe you are working for some organization, you are doing something. The doership itself is a problem. It is an encumbrance. And because it is an encumbrance to you, you want to get out of it. And you say, I don't want to live this life like this. I just want to be free. I don't care about this kind of a thing. Don't I hear these sentences every day from every person? They keep on saying this constantly. Just saying, yes, this is what I want. I want to go to some place where I don't have to bother my head about anything. Think about it. What are they talking about? They are talking about a world where there is nothing to do except sit in some godforsaken place and just keep on dreaming or doing nothing. That is wrong. It is still a desire to have a free life. Now think about this divine being who has made you, Krishna. Krishna has not sent you in this world so that you can go and enjoy in some places. Sorry, who has told you that? You are a complete mistaken, conception in your mind saying, this is what I think. It is your mind which is talking about it. It feels that I don't want this kind of a bondage. Who considers it as a bondage? Your mind considers it as a bondage. My wife and my husband, the wife will say about the husband will say about the wife, my wife or my husband is my bondage. My children are my bondage. My job is my bondage. My parents are my bondage. The life that I am leading in the city is a bondage. The life that I am leading in the village is a bondage. I mean, can you imagine? When I went a few days back to some village, I was told that the person over there started looking at us and laughing. He says, what nonsense are you talking? We villagers want to go to the city so that we can earn money. And you city folks want to come and stay in the village so that you get a peaceful life? What are you talking about? See the desire, activity. Every desire has an activity associated with it. The activity of even breathing. You see, you are breathing, aren't you breathing? That is activity based. If I am talking, it is activity based. All right? My thoughts, thinking process is activity. You may wonder, why should I not, why should I consider thinking as an activity? Thinking means what? You are dwelling on certain subject. If you are dwelling on certain subject, that itself is an activity. Are you not focusing your entire mind onto this subject? Then if you are focusing on your mind and that subject, you are in trouble. Your activity is going on. And that is the reason why when you are active, you are in the Rajoguna. Then pride. The pride of race. Today morning I was reading about a person. Sorry. He had written, India has a population of 3% Brahmins. He had written this in his update somewhere. I was wondering, what is he talking about? 3% Brahmins? I mean, he doesn't even know the meaning of the word Brahmin. What is he talking about? All Brahmins means those who are on the Satvik path, completely on Sattva and knowers of Brahma. Do you think this 3% population is a knower of Brahma? He's talking through his hat. He doesn't know. So this is a pride of a race. This is a pride of I am in this caste, the community. And it is pathetic. then the pride of being an Indian or an American or a European or some such kind of a thing, I am Indian, it is called a pride. You are proud to be an Indian, but you are not proud to be this human being who can work with everybody in this world. You just want area wise India. And then you say, I am from Delhi, I am from Calcutta, I am from Mumbai, I am from Bangalore. So I am a Bangalorean, I am a Mumbaiker, I am a Bengali from Calcutta, I am a Delhiite. What ite? You are talking nonsense. You are taking pride in something which is not even, it should not bother you if you are on the path of spiritual. Then somebody will say, I am Hindu. Somebody says, I am Muslim. Somebody says, I am a Catholic. What Catholic? What Muslim? What Hindu? Everything has come from one place only. Krishna is the mother of everything. From the word called Prakruti. She is the super mother of everything. The Purusha and the Prakriti principle. Prakriti means mother nature. Every human being, animal, bird, everything is just the child of Prakriti, not some community, not some religion. Religion is human made. Distinction is human made. Just think about it. There is this American woman who went on to marry a British prince. And she had to go through trouble because she had to go through all those, the royalty. But to become a royalty, you have to understand that you have to become royal first. This is fake royalty. It is like picking up a child from the streets and then saying, oh, this is my son. That can't be your son. You have to be born in that particular place. The contamination of races happened during the second yuga. And that is the reason why deterioration has happened over a period of time. The first yuga, that was called the Krita. At the end of the yuga, the contamination between races happened. Somebody from the higher race married a girl from the lower race. Vishwamitra is also very much responsible for it. You should know this. If he would not have done, he was a kingly, he was a prince. And from being a prince, he married somebody who was below. And then what happened? When after their marriage, the total deterioration started. And then later on, he wanted to become a yogi, a great sage and a saint. But he was not allowed. You can't marry somebody lower and then become somebody higher. You can't do that. Understood? That is the whole problem. So that never happened. He had to die and take up a new life and become a Brahmin, the knower of Brahma. Then only he got into what is called as being a sage. Till that point in time, he was just a Raj Yogi. The Brahma Rishi, higher than them. You have to become that. The contamination happens this way. And that is the reason why pride. Don't bother about all these things. What you got to do, you got to do. The only problem is don't be so proud of being who you are. Human beings take the pride of being some society, some community, some place that they stay. It's worthless. Your soul, the Jivatma, doesn't even have that much amount of, attachment to anything. One day it is going to leave your body and say, bye-bye, get lost. Do you understand? The amount of that pride that you have about this body is going to go into the gutters. Your body will be burnt away. The next word is covetousness. I covet everything. This is mine, this is me, this is the. Why? For what reason? Haughtiness. Nose in the air attitude. People are very haughty. They think no end of themselves. You cannot do that. Otherwise, you are in the Rajoguna. Those who are in the Rajoguna, do you know what happens to them when they die? Have I not told you all before? If you are from the Rajoguna, and when you die with Rajas as a prominent thing, because you may be haughty, you may be having desires, you may be coveted, all those kind of things, all these things are there. If you have that nature, you are going to become a demon when you die. Or you may be born in the poorest of the poor family. Maybe you will be born in some desert in Mongolia or some such place. Who knows? Or maybe in Ladakh. Or you may become an Eskimo for all. Who knows where they are? They don't even have the food to eat. Do you know, a very strange thing is there. We have food available to us and we never care for this food. Do you know, there are places in the interiors of Mongolia where they don't see anything, and the interiors of the desert region. There is complete desert, there is nothing there. And when there is nothing there, they have a difficulty. So what do? During the months when it is not cold, they will remove the milk from the yaks and the animals. And they store it in the form of coagulated milk. It's like a thick cheese kind of a thing. Okay? Which they store for the winter session. And some people may have few yaks. Some people, very few people. Now in that a family of 8, 10, 12, 15 people have to manage. This saved milk that is there in the form of this, thickened milk. It's like a slab. That is then put in the water in tea. The tea is not even the tea. In the winter months, they cut the slabs and they put it. They don't have food to eat. And here, human beings, they love to throw food around. You see, if you go to the markets and see the amount of trash that is thrown out, you will be ashamed of yourself, whereas these people don't even get food to eat. So this is the reason. Haughtiness, praying for comforts. People want comfortable life. Did I not tell you in the desire, people want comfortable life. They don't want any kind of, difficulties in their life. I have people who will say, Guruji, I just want to go away somewhere. I don't want to have this difficult life. Why? My parents are not treating me properly. My husband is not treating me properly. My wife is not well to me. The whole world is treating me badly. My bosses are not doing this. Complete, constantly these people will come and complain. Why? They want a comfortable life. They want a life where they don't have to face their bosses. They don't want to face their wives, their children, their husbands, their mothers, fathers, whoever they think are the pain in their problem, in their body. They think that those people have to go away from their life because they want comfort. Comfort. If you want comfort, or even if you are thinking of becoming a sadhu, that is also trying to think that I want to do something. It's desire end of the day. I had desires, by the way. Way back in 2005 and 6, I left this world and I said, I don't want this world. I went away. And when I went away, my Gurudev told me, you cannot do this. You have to go back to that world. You know how painful it was to come back to this world once again? I came back. Then I tried running away 3 more times because I couldn't take it. Finally, many years later, I listened to my Gurudev's words. He had said, teach. I didn't want to teach. I said, nobody is worthy of this knowledge. So he said, it is not your calling who is worthy and who is not. Whoever is the right person will come to you. And I accepted it. I have to make myself into the best teacher possible, and that is the job. So I gave up this kind of desires. I don't want this kind of desires anymore. That is why I am not even caring for comforts today. It really doesn't matter. I can sleep on the bare floor as well today. You should have a life which is devoid of comforts. Why would anybody want to sleep on a cushy, comfortable bed? Why do they want to have beautiful clothes? It is Rajoguna, Rajas. This Rajas is there in a person. That is why they behave this way. Seeing of differences. And this is a peculiar one. When you look at a person, you see the differences between them. This same woman, that lady from America, who was a small-time actress, she got the role of becoming a royalty in her life. England. This lady, she could have become a queen if need be tomorrow. Who says she can't be? Maybe she can become a princess, You have to sacrifice a lot to become somebody in life. If you want to become a politician of the highest order, first and foremost, you have to become pure and clean and neat and perfect. Then you can give example to other people. If you yourself are corrupt, can you become great? Think about it. Look at that American president who lost the election. Or the one before that, He was having affair in the White House. That is something which cannot be done. You are setting example to the whole community of yours, the whole nation. If you yourself are corrupt, how will the nation be? And this is what people have to understand. That is why you should not have this kind of a nature. So he says, seeing differences. You should not see differences. Differences means what? Oh, he gets more than me. People have this idea that his spouse is better looking than my spouse. People have this thought. Look at that guy, he's got so nice, six pack, and he goes to the gym and he's got such nice muscles. Look at my husband, he just sits over there, he's pot bellied and he is balding. Differences, you see the difference. Grass is always greener on the other side. If you see this kind of a thing, then please understand you are you are having rajas in you. Sense pleasure, all kinds of pleasures of the senses. You want to enjoy every sense in this world, from seeing things to eating them, drinking, hearing stuff, you name it, everything. Using all your bodily organs for the pleasure. If somebody makes that into a very big thing, then that is how it is. Actually, I was reading something, there was a research which was done by somebody. This research said that there was this lady, and this is a true story. There was this lady, and she had 3 children. All right. Now, she is telling her youngest daughter, don't tell your father that I am having an affair with another lady. So the mother was having an affair with another lady. Now, when these children grew up, they also followed their mother. So this girl, when she grew up, that was the first choice in her life. It happens by means of being in the company of people. If you are in the company of people who are doing certain things, you adapt their culture, their race, everything what they have, you adapt it to yourself. And that is what happened. And that is what it is all about, sense pleasures. People want sense pleasures. Why? Then, if you need the sense pleasure, then you are in the rajas category. A militant disposition due to pride. If you have a militant disposition, I am so and so. What are you talking about? First, are you worthy of it? If you are thinking that you are some great sheikhs in this world, are you worthy of it? You have to first be worthy of the position that you are in. Then only the militant disposition comes to a person who is from the Rajas Guna. I am like this, my designation is this, I am so and so, I am the CEO, I am this, I am that. Love of fame. People love to become famous. I have a person, whom I follow. This person says, I am not interested in becoming famous. I am really not keen on becoming famous. And then, if you are not interested in becoming famous, why are you doing all these things in the world? If you are going and tom-tomming to people and then saying, I don't want to become famous, and then going and telling the whole world about yourself, you are actually making a big noise about it. That is what it is all about. You are basically interested in fame. Making fun. People make fun of other people. Look at her. She looks so useless. She looks so ugly. They can't do the work properly. Look at me. I do it properly. I can tell you. I can tell you. I did this. I did this. The person who keeps on doing this is making fun of you. Such kind of a person. Then displaying power. Do you know who I am? I will show them. I will take care of them. If somebody has got this kind of a disposition, then please understand that person is in the Rajoguna. An aggressive enterprise. Somebody who is very aggressive in it. I want this, I want that, I want, constant, tak, 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 tak. They are constantly moving, constantly doing things. They want to win the world. They want to go here. They want to do this. Too many things they want to attempt in this world. Such kind of people are aggressive in nature. And all these qualities, they come from the Rajas. So let me recap the whole verse to you. Desire, activity, pride, covetousness, haughtiness, praying for comforts, seeing of differences, sense pleasures, militant disposition due to pride, love of fame, making fun, display of powers, and aggressive enterprise. These are the qualities from the Rajo Guna, from Rajas. Have you identified yourself in this category? If you have not, ask somebody else about you, and they will clearly tell you, Sattva, this person has no Sattva in them. This person has got Rajas in them. But wait, we still have to switch over to the last one, which is called Tamas. And then you see for yourself which guna is predominant in you. All right. So now let us move to the next verse. We are doing chapter 20 from the Uddhava Gita, verse 4. We are discussing the Tamoguna or Tamas. Anger, greed, falsehood, cruelty, begging, simulation of piety, fatigue, quarrel, grief, infatuation, dejection, miserable feeling, sleep, expectation, fear, and inertia. Very beautiful. Anybody who has this is in the Tamoguna. Let us start with the one most beautiful word which immediately identifies a person to that guna. Anger. Before we open the sentence, let me tell you, Those who are in the Tamo Guna, those who are tamasic in nature, the next life of yours, you will be born as a worm or the creature of the lowest category. Maybe a snake or maybe lower than that. This is one. Or you can become a ghost, a ghoul, or one of those terrible demons. Yes, you will be roaming from tree to tree, who knows? But you will never be anywhere near God. God is not there near you. If you have any of these qualities in you, you are going to be 100%. You may be even with Krishna. You think Krishna is going to spare you? No way. Because you have just 100 years of life maximum. But as a worm, how many lifetimes do you have? Yes, when you are a worm, you may be alive just for a day, 2 days, 10 days, 1 month, 1 year. That is all. But that worm you will definitely become. See, when we talk of lifetimes, lifetimes, you can think of a lifetime of a human being maximum 100 years. But if you are a worm, if you are a tiny creature, if you are a worm inside the body of a human being, pinworm or something like that, then what happens? You have a short lifespan. And you think you are not going to become a worm? 100% you are going to become a worm. Or at least a ghost or a devil or something like that. One of the two. So first, the word is anger. The moment you know you are angry, you are finished. You have entered the realm of Tamo Guna. Any kind of anger of anything is connected to the Tamo Guna. See, even the goddess or the god is connected to this guna. There are goddesses and gods who are angry in nature. You think they will not become like that? Anybody told you that they cannot? So anger is the root cause of becoming tamasic. The tamas is there in the person. The moment they are angry, please remember, they are having tamas in them. So anger with anybody. You can be angry with this whole world. And reason is not important. People give me reasons. They are angry because he was insulting this person or that person. Who has given you the right to get angry? Just because somebody is insulting another person, nobody has given you the right to get angry. No. Anger is the root cause of going to hell. This is a statement from the Bhagavad Gita. Please remember this. You are straight away going to hell. Or you are going to become a worm. After worm, you will go to hell. Because as a worm, you will be alive only for some time. After that, you are anyway going to die. Because as a worm, what are you going to eat? Only the muck and the dirt and the shit and all those things. That's it. So anger. Do not get angry on even on provocation. Whatever may be the provocation should not be the cause. There should be no cause for anger at all. Greed. I want this, I want that, this I want, this I do. People have this habit of telling me, Guruji, I so much wanted that. But then I realized that I should not think about that subject. If the thought has come to you that you want something, the desire has the root cause, second guna has already popped up like that. And now, if you have the greed, if you go and get that item, whatever that you are thinking of, you may be thinking of just a trinket, small item, but still it is greediness. And greed is a part of the tamoguna. Falsehood. People tell lies left, right, and center. But actually, what happens to them is they don't know they are telling lies. Many a times it has become, it's literally like they're in their blood to tell lies. If you ask them, did you do this? The first thing, no, I never did that. It is so common for a human being to immediately lie. Did you say these words? No, I never said these words. Denial. Denial is lying. Many a times people will come to me and say, Guruji, I am afraid to tell you. I don't want to tell you because I am afraid to tell you. They think I don't know. It is their choice. By saying that you are afraid and that you have fear, and then you are not coming and telling, you are already becoming a tamasic person, sir. Just the thought of keeping things away from another person is lies. You may not consider it as lies and falsehood, but just saying those words is falsehood. It's lies. Cruelty. Do I have to define cruelty? People are cruel to each other. They will not want the other person to succeed. So what they will do? They will see to it that that other person fails. I was appalled when somebody in the village told me this thing. They said, do you see why this tree has died? I said, no. Can you tell me the reason why? They don't want you to grow anything over here. That is why they have come and put poison in the tree so that the tree will die. For the sake of not allowing the other person to live in that place, you are doing this. Then another thing I came to know. Suppose you mark a territory where you are going to have, a water well or something like that. The moment you put that pipe inside, they will put big stones inside so that you don't get water. In front of me, there was somebody was building a house and there was a new water tank which they were going to install the next day. Because they didn't want the person to come and stay, what they did was they robbed the tank in the middle of the night. How pathetic can this world be? This is cruelty. You are being very cruel. If there is a mother-in-law who is cruel to a daughter-in-law or a daughter-in-law who is ill-treating the mother-in-law, that is cruelty. If a man is treating the, whoever in the house cruelly, that is wrong. Two cases which came across in Singapore. One woman and her sister had tied up a servant girl from another country to her bed and they were not giving her food and things like that. The whole family is now incarcerated in jail. This girl died finally, whom they had kept in lock and key. Today a new case has come up. A 4-year-old girl, a 4-year-old girl. Her father was watching porn on his computer or wherever. And this father tells his daughter, I want you to do everything that is there in this video. And that poor 4-year-old child was abused by the father. 4-year-old child to be abused by a father? He is watching porn and he is doing the same thing to his 4-year-old child. That is cruelty. This person may get jail sentence, he may get lashing or whatever because it's Singapore court. But please remember, in Krishna's court, he is not going to be free. No way. That is cruelty. He is in the Tamo Guna. Begging. If you are a beggar, if you keep on begging, roaming around in the streets and begging, please remember one thing. Those who are sages and saints, they beg. They have gone beyond. They will beg. That is different. That is called madhukari. This is when a person wants to do nothing but beg. There are lots of cases that I heard about in the last pandemic, this last 1 year, where people are staying in their cars and all these places. I heard about all these things and I saw also. They are begging. What are you begging for? Can you not do simple jobs instead of begging? If you are begging, if you are a beggar, you are from the Tamo Guna. Simulation of piety. People like to show off. They will put one shandy over here, put orange tikkas over here, and nama or that, whatever, and they will wear orange color clothes and they will say Ram 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 Ram. What Ram Ram you are doing, sir? You are showing piety for no rhyme or reason. You are a crook of the highest order. The funniest experience that I ever had was, there was this fellow from one of this group. In his hand, he had the malas. So he was twirling the mala. Okay, he was twirling it. And he is in the middle of the street. And he is asking the price of some object. Ye kitne ko hai? Sir, are you taking the name of God or are you doing that? This is called simulation of piety. All these people are crooks. They like to show off. I went to one house quite some time back, and there was the whole family, they welcomed me. All the old women also, they came and they welcomed me, they touched my feet and all that. But there was this patriarch in the family, a man. This man, he was having a nice nama over here. He had just come from the temple. He saw his wife and his daughter-in-law and everybody touching my feet. And they said, Guruji has come. He is looking at my clothes. And he stood over there like this. Well, I may be a nobody in your life, but the behavior is simulation of piety. Putting a nama over here, going to the temple, and then if a person comes, a holy person comes to your house and you are not even welcoming him. So when I left from that place, the people who were there with me asked me, Guruji, what is going to happen to this person? I said, see, I am not going to do anything. I never do anything to any kind of a person. On the contrary, the Maya, the Prakriti that is there, punishes this kind of a person because they show off like this. They think that they are some pious beings. I went to meet that family just 2-3 months ago. I refused to drink even water in their house. We had to go because something had to be picked up from there. That is the only reason. So when we went, this person was sitting in a chair, a wheelchair kind of a thing. And he was completely paralyzed. He couldn't speak. He couldn't utter a word. I am not saying it's because of that. I am saying that you cannot show or this kind of a nonsensical nature of yours. Simulation of piety. You are not some God-loving person by just putting a nama, or the Shaivites put that cross. That is not called piety. Sorry, that is a wrong way of looking at it. You may be wearing orange color clothes, but if you do not respect human beings, if you do not respect anybody, that is not a good thing. That is what it is. Do not simulate piety. Don't say, I am a pious person. Show it in your nature that you are truly pious. This person would be called as a person from the Tamo Guna, not even Sattva. He may have studied the entire Vedas by heart, might have known the Bhagavad Gita to any other scriptures also. This person will never get favors in the heavens of Krishna. No way. Quarrel. Those who love to quarrel. Quarreling is something which I need to tell you. If there are two people, one person just keeps on saying something or the other, the person keeps on provoking. The other person gets angry at that moment. Anger. You remember the word anger, no? When they get angry and they start quarreling and behaving like a pure, people from the gutters. Even on provocation, you should not get angry and don't get into a quarrel. Some people love to say, I'm trying to change this person. That is why I am shouting at this person or saying something. That is not the way. No way. The only way is through love. Let the other person bark like a dog. You don't have to become a dog and bark back. You are from the Tamoguna if you start quarreling. Grief. There are people who are in grief. Oh, my husband died. My wife did this to me. That happened. This happened. My mother died. My father died. And they go on with the grief for quite some time. What are you grieving for? A mother or a father or a husband or a wife who is worthless? They may be having piety in them, but doesn't give you a chance to even go and cry for them, sir. Grief. You are showing your attachment to that body. You are not allowed to grieve. Sorry. If you have grief in you, you are from the Tamoguna. Recently, I saw a video where the person is continuously trashing the husband. He did like this, he did like that, he did this, he did that. And then on the other side, today is Women's Day. So the person will say, I was able to overcome myself. I did this, I did this, I did this. If you keep on doing this, very sure, be sure, 100%, you are in the Tamoguna. No entry for you in any heavens. No. You are going to be born as a worm only. Take it from me. See, it doesn't mean that I am going to say that you become a worm. I am not saying, I'm not even talking about it. The moment you do that, that is the punishment. Punishment in the sense, you yourself are having your nature, and because of that nature, that comes along with your nature. It is a law, and the law says like this. Infatuation. Infatuation is a strange bird. People get infatuated by stupidest of the things. What is this infatuation all about? I love that so much. I like it so much. What do you love? The infatuation is not love. Infatuation is something which you need to know. If you see another person, if you watch another person and you feel, oh, this person is so handsome, he's good, or this beautiful woman, oh, I like her, I want to get married to her. That is infatuation. Like I was telling you all last week, there is this app called Tinder, and nowadays a lot of that Bumble and something, some apps are there. And people love to go on that app. And they want to swipe. Okay? And when they do that, they get infatuated by the person. What are you infatuated by? Some idiot on and the picture is shown, and you meet that person. And when you meet that kind of a person, knowing the person for a one night stand, they call it one night or something like that, you go out for a coffee or a date or something. Oh, this person is so nice, so handsome, so good, or this girl is so beautiful, I would like to get married to her. Day one you want to get married to this person? No, I have been chatting for last so many months or years. I know this person. There are those people, who come from abroad or who go from here to another place, and they meet this person, and they have nothing to do except, get into a tanglement. That is the stupidity of it all. It is called infatuation. If you have infatuation, identify it. You may be liking some stupid ice cream. I love this ice cream a lot. Tomorrow you will find something else. And then you love that thing. Then you see something else. I love this thing a lot. It is infatuation. These temporary kind of attachments, which happen, they are called infatuation. If you have infatuation, congratulations, you are in the Tamo Guna. Congratulations for being in the Tamo Guna. You know what your next life is going to be, correct? Dejection. If a person feels dejected, this person is not even responding. When I sent him 3344 letters and told this person, he is not even responding. My boss, he is a useless fellow. How many times I have to tell him this? You feel dejected by this kind of a thing. You feel that somebody has to listen to you. You feel this world is not operating correctly. If you have this grand idea that everybody is supposed to listen to you and that you are the right person and that everything has to go as per your plan. No, I don't mean that. Please understand, this is what it is all about. You are dejected because the other person doesn't respond as per your wishes. End of the day, it is still your desire that that person should respond in a particular manner. If you see a person, if the person is a drunkard and you try your level best in getting that person not to drink, but the person continues to drink, you feel dejected and you say, oh, I tried to tell this person and so much I put my effort, and you are feeling dejected because of that. Whatever the dejection might be, all your dejection is talking about tamoguna. Then a miserable feeling, what am I to do? I have people who will write to me on my, on my messages. I don't know, Guruji, what I'm going to do. Every day I listen to this, the crap which people like to put it on me, saying that they are miserable. Miserable for what? Because you don't have a job, because you don't have a husband, because you don't have a wife, you don't have children, because today somebody treated you badly, because today there is nothing to do. What are you dejected about? This miserable feeling that can come from whatever source. Oh, today I don't feel like getting up. This world is a miserable place. 99.9% of the time people are miserable. And those who show, look at me, I am so, so smiling, so good, those people are faking it. It is called blissful state. A man has to live in a blissful state, which means not moving to the right, not moving to the left, has equanimity of mind. Person should not feel that kind of a behavior or this kind of a behavior. Both these mean that you are swaying. A man has to be blissful. It shouldn't matter to him whether something good is happening or bad is happening. A miserable feeling, if you have a miserable feeling, please understand what your next life is going to be. You are going to be the worm. So don't even bother even telling me this, I feel miserable. Congratulations. That is what you will end up into. Any kind of misery of any sort just proves to me that you are from the lowest of the rung, which is from the Tamo Guna. Sleep. I just want to sleep. How much sleep will you have, sir? You should have maximum of 5-6 hours of sleep max. 6 hours? Sometimes 7 hours. Okay. No more than that. Then what are you born for? Sleeping 35% of your life you want to sleep? And the more you sleep, that much amount of life you are wasting. So sleep. Expectation. If you have expectation from anybody, I expect my father to listen to me. I expect him to behave in a particular manner. I expect her to act like this. If you have any expectation of any sort, you are in the Tamoguna. Congratulations for you once again. Fear. Any kind of fear that you show in this world. I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. My exams are there. Oh, I am going to do this. I don't like to face this person. Did I not tell you that person who said, I don't want to tell you anything because I'm afraid of you? You're afraid of me. You think I'm going to do something to you? I don't even care. My universe around me is listening. You can tell me whatever you want to, but if you are showing me the fear, that fear is coming from the tamas. It is not coming from any sattva. It is not that you want to be good in this world. You just are telling me that you have fear in you. Fear is tamoguna and inertia. It is very difficult for the person to move from that place. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just feel miserable. Last so many months, nothing has happened. Pandemic is there. They keep on cribbing, and not wanting to do anything. What am I going to do? If these kind of people are there, they fall under the category of Tamo Guna, Tamas. So we have come to this fourth verse, where I have described to you Rajas for half an hour and Tamas for the next half an hour. I will read this verse once again for you to understand. If you are seeing yourself in any of these categories, remember your next birth will be of a worm. You may be coming even from Golok Vrindavana, but if you have any of these qualities, I assure you in writing, if you want, I will give it to you. That life of a worm or a worst kind of a creature is there guaranteed for you if you have any of these qualities. Anger, greed, falsehood, cruelty, begging, simulation of piety, fatigue, I am tired, quarrel, grief, infatuation, dejection, miserable feeling, sleep, expectation, fear, and inertia are the qualities of tamas. And tamas leads you to hell. Guaranteed. There is no saving you. So please understand, if you are in tamas or if you are in rajas, start being a good human being. Remember the verse on sattva guna. Go towards the sattva. Then you will be saved. Otherwise not. So we have come to the end of verse 4. Next time we will do the intermingling of gunas for next time. So that will be at the end of the week. So take care. Have a great evening. I will see you all tomorrow in the morning for Bhagavad Gita. Bye.